Hello, hello. This is the My Artifact episode number 4053, maybe. Yeah, 50, 52, maybe. Yeah, 52. Sorry, 52. Today's date is wait. Today's date is May 13, 2026. It's been almost like a morning at 7:40 a.m. Oh boy, right now I'm kind of like a feel a little bit of good. In the morning na there is a very little bit less heat. Okay, yeah, it's not really that much, kind of like a by the way, there is a summer is actually happening right over here. The temperature are like really massive, like a 44 degrees Celsius, like burn everything, literally just burn everything. And and basically it's the thing that it does really affect. Whatever, I am not gonna talk about this particular stuff. Let's just talk about kind of like things. Like, I don't know now. Like, basically is this thing na, right now I don't want to kind of like ask the question today. Why? Because I think that na ki, like, okay, what exactly happened? I wake up. Okay, and I was kind of like somebody thinking about, I don't know why, I'm just kind of like I just wake up, I'm kind of like thinking about being parents. Okay, yeah, like basically it's this thing that ki like basically it's this thing that ki like like basically how do I supposed to be kind of like a something like I'm kind of like a thinking about that ki when I became the parents. Okay, yeah, like how do I supposed to be kind of like a something, let that child kind of like a somebody grow and things, how do I supposed to be kind of like a somebody is this thing that key, like a being a good parent, being a father. Okay, yeah, because someday I will gonna become a father of somebody. Then how do I supposed to be kind of like a being father? Yeah. And I am actually asking this question, I don't know why, I'm kind of like since this morning I'm kind of like asking this question to myself, that how do I supposed to become a good father? Then probably is this thing, there is a lot of kind of like assembly is this thing that came, lot of things that came that key, you have to be kind of like a support your child, be with your child everywhere. Okay, on birthday, on any kind of like some things that he achieve and things and that. And then I am kind of like somebody is this thing, look at my life, I'm kind of like looking at my life, also I'm looking at the future. And then I realized that key, will I, because I think that now I might not be a good father. Okay, because there is a couple of things that I'm really sure that will not gonna happen. I will not gonna I will not gonna go to the parents teacher meeting on my child. Okay, I will not gonna attend my child birthday. Probably I will, I wanted to, but I might not. um I am not gonna be that particular person who kind of like a drop their child to their school at first day. I will not gonna be that particular person. Like, I wanted to, but I might not. I might not be a person that kind of like somebody in his life to kind of like somebody tell that he, what is at least this thing, how I might not kind of like somebody give any kind of like some advice and things and that to regarding about the life and things and that. And when I kind of like kept thinking about that, I'm not a parent at the moment, but I'm still kind of like a feel like that how pathetic father I am. Like, I'm thinking about this thing and still I have this like a wet eyes. I am not really sure why, but that is true. I might not be a kind of like a somebody good parents. I'm not be a good father. Why you say that thing? Why are you not like attend your kind of like? Why are you not kind of like only be with your kids? But the life I chose na, I, that life, I might not be have privilege to spend time with my kids, spend time with my yeah, and that is true. That is true. I try to change, but okay, there is a couple of things that I kind of like assembly haven't really experienced. Okay, yeah, and I am like I'm kind of like assembly is this thing I haven't really experienced, and I haven't, and it just affect me somehow. It shaped me. I don't know. I'm gonna tell you. Okay, yeah. So first of all, is that I never really been on college. I complete my schooling. Okay, yeah. 11 12 is a kind of like a college, but it's not a college. Okay, but still I would consider as a 11 12 standard is a kind of like a college. And then after that, just nothing. I went to kind of like a something a a college, Agnihotri Polytechnic, but this is not even the college. It's like a people who kind of like went there for kind of like exam and things and that and that. The strength of that college is almost negligible at all. So I never really kind of like experienced the college life. I never really experienced being in college. I never really live in hostel. Okay, and I never really experienced this particular thing. I always kind of like wanted to. I always wanted to be kind of like experience as a college life, but I never really experienced that thing. Okay. Um. Another thing is that na, like, does it kind of like affect you? Like if you not really experience your college life, does it kind of like affect you? Does it kind of like shape you? Like I'm not really said that thing. I don't know. Okay, let me tell you one thing. Why? Okay, yeah. Let's just imagine a kind of like a thing. Okay, yeah. That key. Um, let's just say you are going from one city to another city. Okay, yeah. By walking. Okay, yeah. And basically, it's this thing that key. Kind of like a things that na ki while you are kind of like a simply walking, someone get you a kind of like a simply a fresh lemon soda. Okay, yeah. So imagine that fresh lemon soda is a college life. Okay, yeah. And the journey that you go from this kind of like is your life. Okay, and that fresh lemon soda is a kind of like a college. Okay, yeah. Um, for this journey, that fresh lemon soda is a kind of like a give you refreshing and things and that and that. Okay, yeah. If you get that thing, you feel refreshed. You feel that ki, okay, this journey is a kind of like a really good, really great. Okay, yeah. And yeah, but I was the kind of like a particular person that I never really get that fresh lemon soda. And so I don't know that ki how it kind of like add value, how much it kind of like add happiness into my life, or how much it kind of like felt really good to be experienced as a college life. I don't know that because I haven't really experienced that thing. So it's a kind of like a thing that now I haven't really experienced that thing, so I'm not really sure that what did I miss. Okay, it's a kind of like a thing. Okay, yeah, like you haven't really kind of like get the fresh lemon soda. You don't know that key what did you miss. You just kind of like a going from this to this and kind of like a walking. Okay, yeah. I never really get that. This is the kind of like a things that I don't know that what kind like how much kind of like a shape me or things. I don't know. I'm just kind of like a going. So basically I don't know that what did I miss, or I don't know how much it kind of like a shape. Even if I'm try to think about all the possibility, but I just can't because it just yeah it just way away than I don't know. Okay, yeah, it's a kind of like a thing that I haven't really experienced that thing, so I don't know what did I loss or leave things and that. Same thing. Another experience is that ki I never really been experienced as a being as a kind of like a boyfriend or girlfriend. I never really been on relationship. Okay, yeah. Does it kind of like change me, impact me? I'm still not really sure about that thing. Okay, yeah. All my friends they have wife, their girlfriends and things and that way before they knew and things and that. Okay, and I never really had that thing. I had a I had a kind of like a somebody crush on somebody, but that didn't really go well. Okay, it's not because of that. Like basically this is in the breakup actually, but no, nothing at all. I like that particular person, but that particular person doesn't really like me, so it never started. That relationship never started, and just yeah. and then after that I I stopped kind of like looking at the people. Oh yeah, so I never really been on relationship too. Okay, yeah. So I don't know that what did I miss in my life. Okay, yeah, because I never really get that thing. Um, so basically, is this thing na ki these are kind of like a experience that I I didn't really get it. Okay, yeah. It's not really that in the future I might not get in relationship. I will be. Okay, I have to be get married. Okay, yeah, I will be kind of like with that particular person. So that relationship kind of like a gap will gonna fill at some day. That is true. But college I will not gonna experience, and that is thing. Okay, yeah. Then basically is this thing that key. Then another thing is that na after I get married, when I will have my kids. Okay, how I'm actually thinking about all the possible consequences that I might spend little bit time with my kids, but it doesn't like in my future. I'm looking at my future. I'm seeing there is no space for me to kind of like spend time with my kids. I might spend time with my loved ones. Okay, yeah, maybe little bit, but not any time or not too much. Okay, yeah. and and soon as I have to be accept this thing. Okay, yeah, because it will happen. Okay, and I have to be accept this thing. Now basically this thing na ki if I'm not experience the college life, I might lost something, but I don't know that. Okay, yeah. The impact is on me, but I don't know that. Okay, yeah. But being not a parent or being not a father, it not only impact on me, maybe it impact on very less on me, it impact on my kid more. Because it's just like that na ki my kids always wanted that ki my father is with me, but I will be not with that particular my but I will be not with my kids. Okay, yeah. And it just broke me because of that na ki I I wanted to kind of like a somebody being a father. I wanted to being a kind of like a um, guide my kids to. I wanted to. Okay, yeah. Why the fuck I'm crying? I'm not crying. Not crying. I'm just like not crying. Why the fuck I'm crying? I'm not. Okay, it's not. Yeah. Uh, okay. Okay. Yeah. So. Okay. So. I thinking about this stuff now. I am like bit like I don't know how to supposed to explain this thing. Okay, yeah. Uh, okay, yeah. Let's. Mm. Yeah. Why the fuck? Okay, it's not really that key. Like. Okay, listen. Okay. So I might not be a father. Okay, just don't fucking cry. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, so I'm okay. Uh, it just really hurt, dude. Okay, yeah, that key. You cannot be a father. It just. I'm not even father right now. I'm not married. I don't have kids. But still thinking about that key, I might not have time to spend. It's just fucking dude. Why the fuck I'm crying? It's just, okay, let me be focused. Okay, 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 okay. Let me be focused. Okay, okay. So basically, it's just saying that na ki I have to be think about that, and I have to be accept this thing that ki even if I try too much, I might not be spend time with my kids, and I might not be have a time with my. Okay, yeah. So how do I supposed to be fix this thing? How you cannot fix that thing. You cannot. You have to lose them. That's the only thing. You cannot. You cannot. You cannot be a like you cannot attend their birthday party. You cannot drop them into the school. You cannot be went to the parent teacher meeting. You cannot be a father. It's not really that key. I will not gonna make. I will gonna make, but I will not have time with my kids, and that's hurting. I am like basically this thing. Why am I kind of like so much like inside of it because of that na ki like these are kind of like things I haven't really accept. Like basically this thing na ki the goal that I wanted to achieve, I already knew that ki I have to be sacrifice something, and specifically this thing my loved ones. Okay, the people that I love the most, I will sacrifice them, and I have to be kind of like some places be I have to be accept this thing. Okay, it's not that key you could fix and things. Okay, yeah. So yeah. So I have to be kind of like a think about all the possible consequences that key. How do I supposed to guide them without without existing in the real life, without existing in with them. How do I supposed to be how do I supposed to be become guide them when I was not there? Okay, so basically is this thing na ki why do I kind of like a things that okay is this thing na ki I don't know how what is actually being father means what, because I am not a father, and I am not my kids is not born yet. It will be in the future, and 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 basically it's this thing that key I I try to spend time with that particular friend, particular kid, but I might not. Okay, I'm trying to accept this thing, but my mind is not letting me accept this thing. It's been through evolution. Okay, yeah, because that key, if you are kind of like a somebody, if you have a kids, you have a responsibility to protect your family, protect your kids, protect your kind of like something to make them better person. and and uh, and I will be okay, yeah, not like interact fully, but through this video, okay, yeah, because I think that na ki being a parent, being a father, being a kind of like a things, I have to interact with that thing. If you are looking at the right now, uh, yes, I'm your father, and I'm sorry for everything that I've been through, or that you've been through, and I never really been there. I'm sorry for everything. But like basically is this thing na ki I okay, so I heard when I try to say this thing that ki when I try to achieve my goals, I heard people, very close people, and I heard them a lot, specifically my mother. Okay, my mother is a really good person, and she wanted to be a kind of like a some places thing that ki I should supposed to be achieve the kind of like a goals that a kind of like a some this thing, get married and things and that and that. Okay, yeah, and I never really listened to her, and my mother is cried because of me, and I always accept this thing that ki the goals that I wanted to, the ambition that I wanted to achieve, and not only I have to be sacrifice myself, I have to be like a my I will kind of like hurt the people that I love the most. Okay, intentionally I have to be like I have to be hurt my mother intentionally. Okay, because it's this thing that ki yeah, I have to be, there is no undo, there is no things. Okay, same goes with my father. Okay, because of the life that I chose, my father is like hurting. They are not say this thing, my father did not cry, but they kind of like feel like that ki their son would be kind of like destroy their life and things and that to achieve these goals and things. But one day I will make them proud. Okay, but basically is this thing na ki for you, for like basically my kids, okay, if you are kind of like watching this right now, I will not gonna make you proud. Okay, never, never really, and I don't want it to, because is this thing na ki okay, okay, let me, like you might gonna proud that ki my father is this person and that person and that person, but that's just a kind of like a verbal text. Okay, that's nothing really at all. You knew that ki not being present with you, how much it affect on you, and I do realize that, but I have to be accept this thing. Okay, so basically is this thing that ki I might not be there with you, I might not be so how do I supposed to be kind of like guide you regarding about the life you chose and things and that. Okay, I might not be a good father, but I will try to be like basically this part of the segment of my life I am not try to sacrifice. I am okay with the sacrification of my like hurting my mother. I'm okay to kind of like hurting my parents. I'm okay to be kind of like a things that ki not having the relationship, or maybe I will have or things and that, but I don't want to sacrifice the being a father. I don't want it to. Okay, but I have to be, I have to. That's not, if you want something you have to sacrifice something, and that is true. That is true. I have to be achieve my goals and things, and you are not my goal. Okay, you are just part of me, and and I have to be strong about this thing. Okay, yeah, because one day I will be. Okay, it's not really that. Okay, so basically this thing, how do I supposed to be a kind of like a somebody? I will not become a good father, but I will become uh, guide you through this video. Okay, regarding about the life and choices and whatever the knowledge that I get, I'm kind of like giving to you all the possible scenario and things and that. But like right now, na, I'm not really accepting this thing. Okay, yeah, like basically, if I wanted to kind of like talk about this particular topic, I'm not a kind of like accepting to sacrifice with you. Okay, yeah, like literally, my mind is kind of like telling me no, no, fucking no, just don't. Okay, yeah, and like basically, not my mind, my heart is kind of like telling me that key, like with your kids, but my logic is kind of like telling me, my brain is kind of like telling me that no, you have to sacrifice them. They are not born yet, they are not exist yet, but when they will, you have to sacrifice. And I wanted to not to have, but just like that na ki, this is the first time I'm kind of like a feeling as a parents. I'm not even parents, but I'm feeling as a parents to kind of like something sacrifice, kind of like a kid. And now I realize that ki, like parents are love their child more than child love their parents. Okay, because it has always been. Okay, yeah, like basically is this thing that na ki my father loves me more, but I didn't love my father that much. My mother loves me more, but I didn't love my mother that much, because I'm not. Okay, when you become the father or mother of somebody, na, you actually kind of like a connect with that particular person, and you don't want to lose that thing. And yeah, okay, that's why I'm kind of like somebody not kind of like accepting that key. um my emotional are not wanted to kind of like a sacrifice you, but my logic are kind of like telling me that this will happen. You have to be strong, you have to be strong, because it's just like that. If I'm not being strong to kind of like accept the reality, then probably is this thing that na ki, it's not really that ki, probably is this thing that ki, I have to be focused on my goals and things and kind of like a lot of money. It's not. Okay, it's never will be. Money has never been my thing. Okay, yeah, is that thing na ki, like basically is this thing, I have to be solve something. I don't know how do I supposed to say. Universe put me here for reason. I'm kind of like a blabbering right now. Okay, yeah, kind of like a consider myself so much special, but I'm not really sure, am I special or am I stupid, or I'm just pathetic guy who's kind of like a crying in front of the video. Okay, yeah, I don't know. Okay, but it's just my instincts are kind of like instinct or whatever it is, kind of like telling me that key, like basically I am exist here for some reason. Okay, yeah, and I have to be accomplish that reason. I have to be kind of like a things I have to do, like a do this thing, and for that thing you have to sacrifice people, even if your loved ones. And I'm trying to accept. Okay, I'm not consider myself as just being special, and if I'm consider myself being special, then is this thing now I'm like I don't want it to be that particular special. I never really wanted to. Okay, yeah, the last thing that I wanted to kind of like somebody sacrifice you in my life, but like a not being a kind of like a somebody very not being a father, like a really really fuck up feeling, dude. Like it's like okay, yeah, it felt like that na ki, yeah, like how pathetic you are, dude. You are putting so much effort and everything, but you are not being a kind of like a somebody, be a father, be a kind of like a somebody things and that. It's a really pathetic things. Okay, yeah, whatever. Okay, it just too much now right now. I'm just like okay, yeah, okay. So how do I supposed to be guide you, how do I supposed to be kind of like a somebody be with you in your entire period of life. Okay, yeah, okay, so basically this thing, let me tell you one thing. The person that maybe kind of like somebody is saying that if you are that particular person, if you are my kids and kind of like somebody watching this video after so many years, okay, I might be there around you, or maybe I might be kind of like a somebody, okay, and at that time I was kind of like acting very differently, okay, because um, um, uh, acting very differently. Why? Because I'm right now very emotional to kind of like somebody lose you, but at that time I already accepted that key I already lose you, okay, so I might not be I might be a kind of like a somebody very worse fuck person. I might be kind of like a somebody not be thinking about you like a, okay, let me kind of like tell you what is that latest thing. Okay, so this is you, this is me, okay, and the kind of like let's just say this is the magnet, okay, this is the one magnet, this is another magnet, okay, and you means kid, you, my offspring, okay, you are you and this is me, okay, you are not born yet but you will be there, okay, but even if you are not here, if you do not exist today, but you are still exist, okay, in the future, so I will kind of like represent at you. I'm another magnet. I always have like a basically this thing connection with you, okay, you are not moving anything because you are not born yet, okay, so basically I always have this kind of like a things and that, okay, and that is where I'm right now, this condition that I'm where right now, that key you are not born yet, okay, but I wanted to be father, and I wanted to kind of like tell you how the life and things and that and that and that and that. So this is kind of like only my kind of like attraction towards of you, or my kind of like a giving you direction and things and that being a father, things and that, okay, but throughout the time what will gonna happen, that key I started accepting that key I might gonna sacrifice you, I might not gonna be with you. So the distance between you and me will kind of like a longer and longer, not because of that key kind of like something, but because of the ambitions and goals and things and that, and also I accept this thing that key I have to be lose you, so I have to be take distance, okay, distance after distance after distance after distance after distance, okay, so till the moment you kind of like watching this video, okay, you might be maybe kind of like somebody maybe 13 14, I'm not really sure, okay, so basically is this thing, the difference between you and me is like so much far away, probably I'm not even in the frame, okay, literally just like that now. So when I'm not even in the frame, I already accept this thing that I kind of like lose you and things and that you are kind of like a try to connect with you, but I'm so far away that I might not be with you, and I'm kind of like interacting with you as a kind of like just another random person and things and that, okay, I will be, because I already kind of like accepted you that key I might lose you and things and then I will kind of like looking at you as a kind of like somebody just another random person. I will not gonna looking at you as a kind of like somebody, a kid that who kind of like born from me, okay, so I'm kind of like a far away, and it might gonna hurt you so much, okay, it might gonna hurt you so much, because you wanted to be that, you wanted that kind of like somebody like my father should supposed to be with me, my father should supposed to be present with at my birthday, my father should supposed to be in my parents wedding and things and that, but I will not gonna move, I'm just completely so far away that I might not be in frame, literally just like so far away, and you are so alone, okay, at that time you are not have a kind of like somebody as a kind of like shadow of father, you never really have that thing, okay. So basically in that situation, how do I supposed to be kind of like so basically is this thing, this video I'm like I will gonna make kind of like a lot of video when I'm became parents, okay, I will gonna kind of like somebody record everything, I will kind of like guide you everything regarding about the life and things and that, but also another thing, I have to give you that flexibility, I have to give you that kind of like a kind of like something that freedom to kind of like a live the life, okay, or things and that. I don't know what do I supposed to do. I never really asked this question to myself. I never really think about being a kind of like a parents or not being present at that moment, and how do I suppose. I'm not really sure. Okay, um, I'm kind of like a somebody very difficult to accepting that key I might not be a father in the future. Like I might not be kind of like I might not be with you. Okay, but still I don't really have any kind of like a questions. I don't really have any answer for all the questions, okay, throughout the time I will try to talk, okay, to being a kind of like a only parents, being a kind of like a father or things and that, okay, If you thinking that ki what is actually your mother role, okay, yeah, so your mother would be always be there, okay, yeah. I don't know who is that mother at the moment, okay, yeah. But your mother is always be with there, okay, yeah. Your mother is acted as a kind of like a mother as well as father at the same time, okay, yeah. And I will be perform as a role as a kind of like a somewhat something teacher, okay, yeah, probably. Maybe. Whatever. Right now I shouldn't supposed to talk about that. No, I have to be talk about this thing, yeah, but not right now, okay, yeah. uh, when when the right time will gonna come, I will gonna talk about this particular stuff. I will gonna talk about being a kind of like being a person and things and that. But till now, okay, this is just, I'm trying to accept, okay, yeah. And once I accept this thing, I would be kind of like a far away from you. It's not really that I'm kind of like evil, but like I don't know. I don't really have any answer. I know you might gonna hurt and things. I don't have any answer, and I'm sorry for everything. I don't know how. Why am I kind of like a being really sorry for? But I'm really sorry for everything that key. I might not be with you.